something, Imaginext going for adventure. I think that's the theme song. So, Imaginext, right? They're a Fisher-Price toy line. They were around after my time, after my kindergarten days. I never really got into them. I was always more of a Lego, more of a Playmobil kind of person. Imaginext, I know, was there when I was younger. I just never really had a chance to play with them. I am also keenly aware that they've had a long-running DC Super Friends line. These guys go back literal decades at this point. A big thing I used to do when I was young and didn't really know how to do figure checklists is I would literally just go on Amazon and look up, like, Batman figure, and then search and just go through every single Batman. And you'd constantly see Batman stuff, you'd see Superman stuff, you'd see all these characters. They've done so many DC characters in this toy line. I know they've done, like, Dr. Fate. Even in this group they have, like, B-listers like Metallo. And what they are is essentially a collection of minifigures. You can get, like, play sets. You can get these things that, like, have voice clips and lights. They do a lot of series. They did a SpongeBob Imaginext. They did Minions. They did a Power Rangers Imaginext. I know people adored the Power Rangers one they did, because I think they had, like, an in-scale Megazord. But the whole thing, right? You get these Imaginext. They're not necessarily blind boxes. You see what they're getting, but they are random assortment figures. You get them, and they're supposed to connect directly to this Batcave, and you can see the blurb here. Bring this figure to the BatTech Batcave for light-up action. And these figures are supposed to light up. That said, it's also a pretty solid way just to get a bunch of Imaginext characters all at once, and they all look fairly solid. So even though I don't have that Batcave, and I don't think I'll ever own that Batcave, I thought this is a good way to just kind of get all of these characters all at once, and actually form an opinion on Imaginext. They're a toy line that's been around for decades now. They have affected so many people's childhoods. I want to at least see what these figures are like, and hey, we'll make a pretty cool review out of it. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. I have 10 characters. Let's just see what we get. We're just going to go through the lineup here, see each one. So first guy we're going to open up with is Batman. I should point out too, I don't have the full line they did, because like literally half the line is Batman. The ones I didn't pick up was they did like another blue Batman. They had like electric armor. They did Apocalypse armor Batman. Cool variants to be sure, but I just don't need that many Bruce Waynes in my life. Opening it up, and you can see same blurb, but I do like this Batman. It is very much the Batman style I enjoy, with the yellow oval and the blue cowl. Let's go ahead and open it up. I do like how these boxes are done too. If you're a min and box collector, these are decent. So, first time with an Imaginext figure. So, oh, does the head not move? The head's not moving, okay. So, we do have a universal at the shoulder, looks like, but okay. You do have wrist articulation, solid. And you have a barbell joint on the legs, so they go back and forward together. You can see that there's various parts of the costume that are supposed to light up, including the utility belt and the Bat logo. I do like the head sculpt, I like the paint. This is decent. It's a good, simple little Batman. Let me get better light on this guy. Duke. And Duke. Yeah. Overall, I spent like $4 on this Batman. This is good, especially if you're getting it for like a smaller kid. Like preschool age, which is what these guys are made for. I like this. I do like the cloth. Whoa! Well. I didn't get that, so there's the electronics for the light up feature. I didn't know he just had a yellow back though. So you're supposed to see through it. They have a huge hole in the cape. Okay, well, that's kind of cool. But overall, Batman is decently solid. We'll jump from Batman to Supergirl. This is Supergirl wearing one of their more traditional appearances. Boop, boop, boop. Open this up real quick. And Supergirl, oh, come on, there we go. So the different shade of blue for the chest and torso really does kind of throw it off. With Batman, the gray paint was able to kind of cover it. With Supergirl, that's just a completely different shade of blue. I don't really know how I like that. Head sculpt is fine. There's like a little bit of a nose there, but also not really. So it's a little bit more uncanny than Batman. Also, like, just the overall proportions are a little weird, especially the hands. I guess with Batman, the gloves kind of match the fact that they have monster crab claws. But articulation's the same. Figure's decent enough. You of course have the cape, and at least you don't have like a random yellow back. So overall, Supergirl's decent. We'll go with Sinestro Corps Batman next. I gotta be honest, whoa, that is a haunted Batman. Look at that shit. This is one of my favorite looks for Batman, even though he only had it for like a panel in the comics. I do love myself a Sinestro Corps Batman. Okay, once again, I don't like the translucent plastic, not maxing the paint. Arms are a little weird because he has like this weird kind of extended reach, but the sculpted details are decent, and I love the the power ring's just painted. I thought that was sculpted. No, it's not. It's just a painted ring on his finger. Overall, though, my favorite thing about it is that weird head sculpt. Like, look here, right? That is a Batman who looks like he has seen some shit. I like that. That's a good Yellow Lantern Batman. Well, if it isn't the beginning of the end of the DC movies. Oh, God, Black Adam. There he is. You remember when The Rock said he was going to take us to the next level? I do. Get him opened up. Oh, the cape on him is plastic. Don't get me wrong, that's a decent Black Adam. They covered up his light-up gimmick a lot easier. It just looks like a normal Black Adam figure. Can the cape come off? Ooh, that's tough, but it can come off. And you can get a more classic, traditional Black Adam. He does have the fully clear chest, but, you know, whatever. His head moves, so I don't know what's up with that Batman. Maybe he just has some issues. Articulation's the same, but yeah, so far I think Black Adam's the best one out of any of these. I'll put the hood back on just because I do like how he looks with the hood. Well, I hope the next Imaginext figure doesn't remind me of how Warner Brothers completely screwed over the DC movies. Oh, look! A tax write-off! Hey, Batgirl. Batgirl using the new 52 design, which I actually prefer. I love the purple costume for Batgirl. Dude. And pulling her out. So, same issue with Supergirl as the torso looks really strange. That said, the articulation's fine. I like the head sculpt a lot more. Cape is good. Better use of colors overall. Batgirl's fine. Wow, that's really sad, though. Looking at the reason DC went into such financial straits, and then how Warner Brothers continue to mismanage it, I hope the next Imaginext figure doesn't show us how far they have fallen. Look! It's a trilogy of failure! Okay, Ezra. Oh, he looks weird. Look at that. They tried to incorporate the light up to look like a lightning bolt, I guess, but... Oh, it just looks like he's bleeding from the gut. Oh, no. Oh, no. Barry, no. Then again, this is White Eyes, so this is Wally. Wally, no. Well, at least it's my favorite kind of Flash. Articulation's the same. I like the head sculpt. You just know they did this because they thought these are the next 3 big hits. You know that's the reason these 3 are in this huge, just mostly Batman and Superman line. They put them in because they were the next 3 movies. And so far we have a failure, screwed over because Zaslav can suck a dick, and I'm just not getting into you, Ezra. Overall, good figures. It's not their fault that DC has no idea what they're doing. Oh look, it's the character who was going to get a movie if the Flash movie did well. By the way, just so everyone knows, I've seen some people upset about it. That's total horseshit. They were never going to do a Batman Beyond movie, and you know it. Why would they make a movie? Whoa, Terry looks cool. I like the angry. Why would they do a movie about Terry McGinnis when they won't even do a Green Lantern movie? Like, they're saying that because they're spiteful children, and they're mad because their shitty movie didn't get attention. So Batman Beyond, Terry McGinnis, yeah? The logo is so dark because it's supposed to be electronic that it actually looks more like the Arkham Knight version of the costume, which I don't mind. I like that Batman Beyond costume. Yeah, this guy's cool. As a kid, I probably would have adored this guy because he looks the most, like, you know, badass. He has that cool kind of grimace. The paint is so subdued. I could see little kid me loving Batman Beyond, which is great because little kid me loved the Batman Beyond cartoon. That works out pretty well. It's Metallo! I love Metallo. First time I would have experienced him was in the Batman Superman Public Enemies movie. Ever since then, one of my favorite Superman villains. I loved when he showed up in Justice League Doom. He's kind of cool looking, actually. He's definitely the most unique guy here. Look at that. So his eyes light up, which is great because those are also supposed to be kryptonite. Doop. Oh, wait, does his body comes apart. And that's meant to happen. That's great. Can you trigger that, or no, you just pull it apart? Look at that. I don't know if you guys can see because of the camera. He has like a weird, like, kind of skeleton, like horrible anime face down behind that. Ah, oh, dude, Metallo's good. This is great. And you got the, like, blue jeans? Like, ah, oh, dude. Metallo I like. I wish the torso, like, stayed together better. Like, that's just not sticking for me at all. I hope that's what this figure's supposed to do. It looks like it is, because I can see that there's a joint there for it to happen. But that is so cool. Like, what a unique and interesting way to do a character like Metallo. They put that money into Metallo. That, I don't know what that says. Like, either someone doing this line just has a pet favorite in Metallo, or they care that much about doing B-listers that they're like, yeah, let's do this one right. Our final member of the Bat family with Batwing. I remember when Batwing was introduced in the comics. If I remember correctly, this is Lucius Fox's son, fresh from the War on Terror in the Middle East. Comes back, he has a futuristic flight suit, joins the Batman family. Pretty cool. I like Batwing fairly well. I don't think he holds a candle on some of the other new members of the Bat family. Like, I love Stephanie Brown, who was Stephanie Brown was released around the same time as Batwing. Same with the new 52 Batwoman, which I prefer. And of course, Signal is much newer than any of them, and I love Signal. Batwing, unfortunately, is kind of a middle-of-the-roads member of the Bat family, but still an interesting one. Still a member of the family, after all. You gotta respect them for that. Looking at them, and their logo is actually more what I would have expected from a Batman Beyond logo. Like, once again, look at that. It feels like this body was supposed to go to this guy, but he's definitely a lot bulkier looking, a lot more powerful. Let's get his backpack on. Wings look decent enough. Yeah, that's a good little cute Batwing. Definitely very striking. You couldn't put those wings on anyone else just because there was a separate cavity for them. But overall, like, yeah, that's good. It's decent. Favoritism winning out. Of course, we're going to do Superman last. Superman and Nightwing are my two favorite superheroes. I couldn't find Nightwing in the store, so I got Superman. He's going to be going last. So, let's get him out of the box. Okay. Superman, it's a good chewy blue. I like this shade of blue a lot that they put him in. His logo is really diluted just because that's supposed to be what lights up, but hey, that's decent still. Oh, his head doesn't move either. And he looks a lot more similar to this Batman than he does anyone else. I wonder if these two were like purpose made for this line. But he has his cape, yellow back. Yeah, okay, Superman's decent. I really like the face paint that they gave him. It looks very kind of, you know, it looks like he's thinking how best to save these people and then cheat on my taxes. But I like the Superman. It worked out pretty well. Well, there we are. I've just looked at a lot of DC Imaginext figures. What do I think of them? Well, they're not Lego and they're not Playmobil. They're decent. I don't think I get much out of them. I'm glad I got all these guys on like super deep discount because they were all in clearance. For the 10 of them, I paid like $5. Thing is, I just don't see much value in them for someone like me. But if I was a little kid, this would be amazing. Like, I get so many different characters, so many varied looks for characters. They all play pretty well, and they have cool gimmicks. Like, yeah, like, for the target audience of, you know, like, 3-year-olds, this is probably, like, amazing. Spectacular, even. But because I'm a cynical adult with nothing better to do, let's rank these guys we got. We're not going to do, like, the cut to each one. We're just going to do a big line. Figure out which ones I think are the best, which ones I think are the worst. So, yeah, basically coming in dead last is going to be just our normal Batman. He's decent, but there's nothing about him that's super exciting. I'm glad he's a blue Batman, at least, but that's kind of all he has going for him. After that, I'm probably going to go with Batgirl, just because I don't know, man. That one doesn't really do much for me. I think the torso looks really jarring. After that, I don't want to do this because he's my favorite, but Superman. His head can't move. He has that weird, like, growth on his cape there. I don't know. I think you could have done Superman a bit better. But hey, he's fine. After that, Flash. Like, the way they did his light up is weird, but, like, overall, it's a good little Flash. And hey, it's Wally West. Can you really complain? After that, see, now we're getting into the ones that are fairly good. After that, I'm probably gonna go with Supergirl. Like, still really solid. I know when I did them, I was down on them, but now looking at the rest, Supergirl was pretty much middle of the pack. I liked them. They had good stuff about them. Their head sculpt's actually really cool. I'm actually going to go Sinestro Corps Batman next, just because I don't like the mismatched yellow, but that face is still so funny to me. That's too good. You can go there. After that, I'm going to go Batwing, just because, you know, he's fine, but there's also not much to him aside from the wings. Whew, now we're down to the 3 I actually really liked. We'll go Batman Beyond next. Love him. He looks so cool, so creepy, so angry. As a kid, he probably would have been a bad guy on my shelf, even though I think Terry is a good protagonist. Now we're down to the 2 that I think are actually, like, really good little figures. I'm gonna go with Black Adam next. He's fine, but also, like, I feel like Black Adam, even though I like him as a character in the comics, he's probably not someone who kids are just clamoring to get, but, Metallo is the best one here. Like, hands down, Metallo is the best one here. He has, like, look at this, here, pop back open for me, buddy. Look at that! That's so cool! It's so cool! They made a figure of Metallo that just can bisect himself whenever he wants. So, yeah, he's number 1 of this little motley crew of heroes. Overall, it's a fun set. I could definitely see people being really into it. But I think I'm good just getting these guys and maybe tracking down specific characters I like maybe I'll get Riddler and Nightwing and, I don't know, Dr. Fate, and then call it a day.